iHeart, get ready. Fantasy football is here. Welcome to the Scout Fantasy Show. ScoutFantasy.com is home to the Fantasy Football World Championships and the best players in the world. Real money winners giving their secrets to help you win. Now exclusively on iHeart. This is the Scout Fantasy Show with your host, the one, the only, Dr. Roto.
Hey there, everybody. It's Dr. Roto. Get out the insurance cards. Get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. So let's get to it. I'm going to do something different this week. Talking the NFL Draft. That's right, the NFL Draft later this week. I got to start doing a preview. And then, of course, I'll do the review after the draft happens. But let's take a look at a preview. I'm going to do quarterbacks today. There's 5 main quarterbacks I want to talk about. You can discuss Mason Rudolph. Maybe he's a late first rounder, early second rounder, day 2 kind of guy. But I'm going to stick to the 5. All right, Allen, Darnold, Rosen, Mayfield, Jackson. That's who I'm sticking with. All right, those are my guys I'm going to talk about today. Let's get right to it. I'm going to start with Josh Allen. Now, there's a lot to like about Josh Allen. This is a big dude. This is a big, big dude. He's got hands that are like, I don't know, tree trunks. Like ham hocks. He is 6'5". He is 240. He's from Wyoming, played in Wyoming. This guy has a gun. There's a problem, though, with his accuracy. And sadly, the last quarterback that I can remember with accuracy issues like this was Jake Locker. Now, look, we remember what Jake Locker did in the pros. I think Jake Locker is working at Foot Locker right now. That's the only locker he's seeing. He's not seeing one at the end in the pros. He's seeing one at Foot Locker, saying, would you like your Durants in size 11 and size 12? But I see something different here with Josh Allen because Jake Locker, to me, never had the gun of an arm that Josh Allen has. And there's something about Josh Allen, if he goes to Cleveland, which I think he will. Big dude, it's cold, it's snowy, it's a wintry day, a mix, wind all over the place there. You got to have a guy who can throw the football. And I think the Browns have absolutely improved on offense. Got to throw to Coleman, got to throw to Landry, got to throw to Josh Gordon. I think this is a guy who can fling it downfield. And there's something to that. Now, does he have to work on his shorter throws? You bet it. You better believe it. 100%. He's got to learn how to read defenses. He can't take too many chances. All right, this is not college football. Luckily, he will have time under Tyrod Taylor. And Tyrod Taylor is the most conservative quarterback ever. He doesn't throw a ball. He went to the Alex Smith School of conservative quarterbacks. So Josh Allen will be able to watch this guy and say, all right, Tyrod did this, Tyrod did that. I need to be responsible with the ball. Maybe that helps. I think Allen goes 1. Is he who I take at 1? I'm not sure. I haven't been there. I mean, I've only seen it on tape. I haven't seen these guys in person. I haven't spoken with them. I get a lot from talking to my guy. You know, this is my leader. This is my guy. So I got to be all in, 100%. Right? If I'm not, then I'm done. So, look, I've got to believe that Dorsey's done his job. He knows who he wants to take. I think Allen's the guy. We'll have to see. The New York Football Giants, in my opinion, will not take Sam Darnold. I think that he'll take Saquon Barkley or Chubb, but we'll see what happens. We'll get to that later in the week. But I think Sam Darnold will probably be the number 3 pick to the New York Jets. Now, a lot of people are talking Baker Mayfield. And I like Baker Mayfield too. I like Baker Mayfield a whole lot. I just don't see Baker Mayfield going at 3 to the Jets when Sam Darnold's there. This guy's 6'3". He's big, strong, played at USC. My problem with him is 2 years ago, I thought he was the number 1 pick in the draft. Last year, I thought he was a little bit too cavalier with the ball. A lot of interceptions, a lot of bad turnovers, threw a lot of bad balls. I mean, really, you thought when he came back that this guy was going to take it to another level. I thought he regressed as a quarterback. That makes me a little nervous. But that said, there's something there with this guy, and I need to see it. And if I'm the Jets, I think that his floor is the highest. Josh Allen has accuracy issues. Baker Mayfield's a small dude. Rosen, does he really want to play? I think that this guy, Sam Darnold, has the lowest floor. He's an athlete, comes from an athletic family. I mean, he's a good player. Will he be great? I don't know if he'll be great. Will he be solid? Yeah. He could be a solid quarterback for the next 15 years. Nothing wrong with that. You think the Jets would take that? I think they would. So my guess is that the Jets take Darnold at 3. Okay, moving on. Baker Mayfield. Now, we consider Baker Mayfield small. He's like 6'1". 6'1", 210 pounds, something like that. I know that's not small. If you stood next to him, maybe he'd be bigger than you. He's bigger than I am. But in the NFL today, that's small. Why? Because offensive linemen are 6'5" and 6'6" and 6'7", and you got to see over these guys. These guys are trees. You got to look over them and pass. The problem with Mayfield is this. I believe he's a winner, and I believe he's accurate, and I love that he wants to play. I buy into all that. But when you play the spread offense, it doesn't always translate in the NFL. More often than not, you have to redesign your offense for Baker Mayfield. It's going to take a team a year or two to get Baker Mayfield up to speed. I really do. I think John Elway is going to take Baker Mayfield at 5. I think the Denver Broncos are going to take him. I think Case Keenum is a really good stopgap for a year, maybe 2. Gives the Broncos a chance to win, and then you bring in Mayfield. And I think Mayfield may be a John Elway kind of guy. John Elway had this kind of arrogance like Mayfield. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, Elway knew he was a winner. I think Mayfield knows he's a winner too. I love seeing that in my quarterbacks. I want that in my quarterbacks. Is he small? Maybe. But I think it gives the Denver Broncos a year to build their roster around Mayfield in 2019 while still remaining competitive with Case Keenum in 2018. Case Keenum is not the long-term answer here. There may be a trade. Maybe some team moves up, and I think John Elway would move down. I do. But if he stays where he is, I think Baker Mayfield could be the pick. All right, let's get to another guy here, Josh Rosen. Now, this guy is, when you dream up a quarterback, it kind of looks like Josh Rosen. 6'4", 220, solid player, textbook throwing motion. He just looks like a quarterback. Completed 62% of his passes. He's got great footwork, great balance. He's very coordinated. I mean, this is a guy that you really like. Here's the problem. He's got some problems here. One, does he have a passion for the game? Is he happy playing football? Right? Has he had too many injuries? Is he durable enough? Does he want to be there? Well, look, let me tell you this, though. Is he a willing student? Is he too smart? I have no problem with a smart guy like Josh Rosen. Josh Rosen needs to be challenged. Josh Rosen needs to be with an offensive coordinator and a head coach that pushes him. Is that a bad thing? I think that's a good thing. If he's around idiots, he's bored. You don't want to be around idiots. I don't blame you, Josh. I don't want to be around idiots either. You want to be around people who challenge you. Now, look, I think the Buffalo Bills go up and take Josh Rosen. I do. He's Sean McDermott's kind of guy. And I think Rosen will be there at 9. And I think the Bills will take the 12th pick and give one other pick to San Francisco to move up to 9. So maybe, I don't know, a first round this year's first, and maybe a third or a second, a couple picks. I don't know. I think the Bills end up in the top 10, and they take Josh Rosen. He's a cerebral quarterback who goes to a cerebral coach who can get into his mentality, and this guy will be a winner in the NFL. I really believe that. He's got to be with the right team, and I think the Bills are the right team. I like what I saw with Sean McDermott last year. And he can work under A.J. McCarron, learn from him for a year, then be a quarterback in 2019. I like it. All right, last guy I want to talk about today, Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson has great skills. But is he, if I had to say what is he, I call him an athlete. I don't know if he's a great quarterback. Maybe he's a good one. But he's a great athlete. He can run, he can throw, he can do it all. I think the key is that you have to build your offense around Lamar Jackson. The Houston Texans did that last year with Deshaun Watson. They traded up for Watson, and then they knew they had to change their entire offense to fit Deshaun Watson. And how good was Watson? You can't run Watson in a typical offense. It has to be RPO, run pass option. Has to be that. Same thing for Lamar Jackson. You can't run the Raiders deep strike offense with Lamar Jackson. You will lose. So I don't know what team, maybe the Cardinals, I'm thinking the Ravens, but some team is going to have to buy into Jackson and then change their offense. Now, I think it's going to be the Ravens. No more Ozzie Newsome. I think John Harbaugh's on the hot seat. I think Joe Flacco's getting old. They've got a bunch of receivers there right now. They just got Willie Snead where the Saints didn't match his offer. I think there's a lot going on in Baltimore, and I think Jackson can come in and just bring an energy to this place that is lacking. Baltimore is just lacking. They do the same thing every year. They're 9-7. They're a good team, good defense, but where's the offensive creativity? This guy can provide it. This guy can give the offensive creativity, which is exciting. And I think people want to see that brand of football. You think Seattle Seahawks fans are happy with Russell Wilson? You think Houston Texan fans are happy with Deshaun Watson? You better believe they are. They're thrilled. Now, am I right? I don't know. I always like to think I'm right, but I really can't wait to see what happens this year. With so many good quarterbacks available, and I think all these guys can play in the league for 10 years. Do I think they'll all be Pro Bowl? No. I don't know if any of them will be Pro Bowl, but I think they could all be quarterbacks who remain in the NFL for the next decade. So I'm interested to see where they land and what happens. Going to be a very exciting draft. Tomorrow I'm going to come back with running backs, Saquon Barkley, Geis, Ronald Jones, Penny, lots of names. We'll discuss them all. But right now it's time to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. Do me a favor, check out scoutfantasysports.com. Be part of what we're doing. Don't go to scoutfantasy.com. We're not there anymore. Scoutfantasysports.com. Be there. Join the Scout Army. Also check out scoutdfs.com. We do great things there with our optimizers, our podcasts, our articles, everything you need to win in DFS. All right, guys, this is Dr. Roto saying be well, take care.
Thanks for listening to the Scout Fantasy Show. There's never been a better time to join the Scout Army. Visit scoutfantasy.com. Use the promo ROTO for 2 months free. And don't forget, fantasy players, please thumbs up the podcast on the iHeart app. See you next time. Go Scouts!